Hello, hello, hello! Welcome! Here's my guide to Eurovelo 6, or at least the parts that I did. I wrote it in the summer of 2022, beginning on the west coast of France by the Atlantic. So the main audience for this video is going to be my future self, but of course it's on YouTube, so you're welcome to watch it too. You might find it interesting if you're curious about the route, or you just want to know what I did this summer. As you can see in the background right now, I'm riding through the streets of Paris. This is not part of the route, but it's just me riding between train stations. The format of this guide is that I'm going to condense each day's worth of riding into about 2 minutes worth of video clips, so you can see for yourself what it looks like to ride this route in the summer. I'm also adding an extremely subjective star rating to each segment. Basically, I'm on a bike, I'm pretty happy either way, but anything 4 or 5 stars means that I highly recommend it. 3 stars means that I wouldn't mind skipping it if I were doing this again. And I don't think I'm going to do this, but if there's any 1 or 2 stars, that means I wish I didn't do that part. Oh hey, I'm at the beach! Oh, so we're about to begin. Okay, enjoy! I'm feeling my heart beating with the rhythm of her body slowly moves. I love this feeling. So this was the first of what would be many days where I was carried through by a sense of nostalgic masochism. It felt like riding back in Houston again. It's the kind of heat where if you open your phone for 3 seconds, the screen's going to start to burn your fingers. Fun fact, the bridge at the very beginning of the route in Saint-Nazaire is the longest in France. It's more than 3 kilometers long. But in the summer, you don't have to ride across it. There's a wonderful free shuttle that will take you from one side to the other. I showed that in the clip from the start of the day. Starting today, I realized the morning is my friend. The only problem with riding early mornings is that the sun is in the direction I'm going. So if you're looking at these videos, a lot of them are either taken only when I'm in the shade, or they're shooting backwards. Overall, I'm giving this a better rating because the route is much less exposed than the day before. And the ending point in Saint-Florent is beautiful. It's a lazy but picturesque little town on a cliff overlooking the River Loire. the route to Angers wasn't all flat. I enjoyed the up and down as well. Later on, it would be my first taste of a municipal campsite in France. These are camping grounds run by the city governments. I found that they were very reliable in that they all had a good shower, they were all pretty clean, and they were not that expensive, around 10 to 15 euros per person. When you get to Angers, I absolutely recommend checking out the chateau. Not only is the view great, but the highlight is the Tapestry of the Apocalypse, a magnificently well-preserved piece of artwork in a very comfortable, air-conditioned room. Oh, hey cat, I didn't see it.
I don't blame you for what you are. Know why you've been so far. You've done what you've been asked to. I just need you to realize what's dancing before your eyes while you try breezing through. Look around, 'cause second guessing is life for a chosen few. There are hearts beating inside their skin. How come we never knew? Run up to the side. You can still decide. Don't go in the tide. Run up to the side. You can still decide. Don't go in the tide. Try to be but never was. Smiling against the lost.
No worries, this is not the end of the road. There's a ferry here which you have to pull across. And I was doing a lot of pulling, not just for myself, but for 3 other people and their fully loaded touring bikes. Of course, I'm not doing this for charity. I'm doing it for online video fame. Okay, let's ignore the minor catastrophe happening in the background and instead talk about what the route was like today. It was once again very sunny and also pretty hilly. Especially in Angers, the route was not terribly well signposted. In particular, there are a few small trails where if you miss the tiny sign in front of it, you've got to go quite a long ways around. My advice would be to keep your map handy then. Luckily, the rest of the route is very clear, and making it to Saumur, no problems.
Run up to the side. You can still decide. Don't go in the tide.
Wow, what a nice view first thing in the morning. One great thing about making this kind of video is that I get to relive those moments. This day's route has a really fascinating section which takes you through ancient cave dwellings. You get to go through and kind of imagine how people would have lived in these caves thousands of years ago. A bit later on, we'll see Chateau d'Ussé, which is apparently Disney's inspiration for the Sleeping Beauty Princess Castle. Now, as a Sleeping Beauty myself, I didn't really feel the need to go inside, but it's nice to see from outside. You might have also begun to notice that even though this route is called the Eurovelo, it's not all along the riverside. There's quite a bit of up and down in the vineyards that surround the valley of the river.
Run up to the side. You can still decide. Don't go in the tide.
Hey, so thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. But before you leave, I'd actually like to know if you have any feedback for me. Like, do you like this video style? Am I talking too much or too little? Feel free to let me know in the comments or send me a postcard. Thanks.